Hello, and welcome back to Planet Dawn. This weekend, my family was supposed to be away on a trip, but my husband is ill. Nothing serious, but we couldn't go on the trip. So I got a lot of crafting done, but I'm not really that broken up about not going on the trip. I get to sit in my own yard for free, drink my own booze. I didn't have to pay for parking, and I don't have to tip anybody. So I count this as a win. This vlog was supposed to be about the sewing that I'm doing for the wedding storyline. But if I'm being honest, it's really not that interesting. So I'm going to insert some footage that I prepared for it. Um, the wedding has like a purple rain sort of theme. So I'm trying to get the bridesmaid dresses to go kind of like from like a lilac to like a royal purple. So I started sewing. It was originally all going to be the same dress in the different colors, but I started to notice that it was quickly becoming pink and not purple. So I made a quick trip to Hobby Lobby, and then I decided that I didn't want to do all of the same dress. So this is kind of where we're at with the bridesmaid dresses. I haven't figured out how I'm going to embellish them yet. Like I want there to be like kind of like an embellishment that ties them all together. So they're not done, but this is just how far I've gotten with them. In addition, I did the ties for the groomsmen. The suits are store bought, but I did do the ties for the groomsmen. Uh, so you know how when you watch sci-fi shows, the planets that they encounter, the cultures that they encounter on these planets are quasi ethnic. They're kind of derivative of cultures that we have here on Earth. So that's kind of what I was going for when I was making the mother of the bride and the mother of the groom dress. I'm not quite finished with the mother of the groom dress. I want to add like a shawl or a wrap or something to just zhuzh it up a little bit. I got kind of bored with the sewing, and I decided that I wanted to make a luxury train line. I kind of fell down a rabbit hole on YouTube. You know how that is. But it was really fun. It did take a little bit longer than I expected. I expected the project to maybe take a weekend, but it ended up taking me 7 days. Um, for the build, and I didn't even build as much as I intended to when I initially started the project. I wanted it to kind of be like a private car and then maybe like a coach area, which I didn't get to. You'll see, hopefully, if you stick around. So, without further ado, here's Planet Dawn's first luxury train line, Twin Villages Rails. And if you haven't already, I hope you like and subscribe. And I thank you so much for watching. I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole on luxury train travel. Did you know you can rent an entire private train car on some lines? Well, you can. Since that's something I doubt I'll ever need to do, I decided to do it in miniature. Let's take a ride on Planet Dawn's oldest, most luxurious rail line, Twin Villages Rails. Like all my projects, this one was multimedia. I even pulled out some of Planet Dawn's lesser-known families to be featured in this vlog. I started this project the way I start all my projects. I made a Pinterest board. Unfortunately, a lot of the resources are AI, so my real-world inspiration is something akin to the Orient Express or the Royal Scotsman. The beginning of this project was just a lot of foam board and measuring. I have yet to have a project that actually sticks to the plan from sketchbook to photography. There's always a point where I just start winging it. You'll see the exact moment when this project goes off the rails. No pun intended. It was time to cover the outside. I'm still trying to use what I have on hand for every project. I happen to have an entire roll of this green contact paper. The wood grain is from a digital paper pack from Etsy. I sent it over to Walgreens for photo printing using a 50% off coupon.
I had a package of gold paper to use for the window frames, and I cut them with my Cricut. I usually start large builds like this in my laundry room because there's more counter space. Since this was a work night, after a couple of hours, it was time for bed. Decisions. My son is an artist, so I usually have him weigh in on my color schemes. I got the thumbs up on these colors, so it was time to start building the carriage. Both the carpet and the seats are upholstery fabric I got from the remnants section before Joann's closed. I also built the back wall and the entrance on this day. I wanted to be able to photograph through the train car. Day 4 was when I started putting in the details. The sanitary covers for the headrests are just a sticker on gauzy ribbon. I initially tried to attach them with hot glue, and the result was not good. I told my husband it looked like someone with a Soul Glow Jerry curl sat there and then subjected him to the entire psalm. Needless to say, I changed this one out. I just attached them with double-sided tape. The trim was put in and the ceiling was decorated. I only put in a small portion of the roof for the train because full coverage would block lighting. I surveyed my family on the curtains and everyone agreed white curtains were the best option. Even more details. This is where I got lost in the craft and deviated from the sketch. This small bar sideboard is just a printable from Easy Print and Cut that I added some gold trim to. At this point, I decided the train was going to have a quasi-Art Deco aesthetic. I 3D printed the grab bars, doorknobs, and sconces. The 3D printing was the most difficult part of this project. I used clear resin, and it was terrible. It yellows and it is fragile. Many things had to be printed 2 or 3 times because the prints kept breaking when I tried to get them out of the supports. Despite all the resin drama, I love these sconces, but I had to make them larger to get them out of the supports. I had already changed the wall and the door to the carriage. The result was the parts did not fit together the way I initially intended. One small change caused a chain reaction in the way the pieces fit together. Finally, Twin Village's rails was ready for passengers. Let's follow the Andrews family as they take a ride. Now, I haven't featured this family since Christmas 2023, and I actually had to pull out their Christmas card to remember their last name. I divided the vlog up into 6 days, but it took me closer to 2 weeks. Between work and family obligations, I don't get to work on it every day. When I build room boxes now, I build with filming and storage in mind. This entire set can be stored in a shopping bag. The only 3D parts are the carriage seats and the table. I may pop the sconces off before storage because they are fragile. This is the entire project, broken down and ready for storage, and the work surface is ready for my next project. Let's finish off this train vlog with a trip with Ivy, Leaf, and their daughter June. Ivy and Leaf are both lawyers, and Leaf is Ani's ex-husband, the biological father of April and May. June is absolutely loving her first train trip. Now, I craft on an island that is on wheels. For this project, I rolled it over in front of the TV so I could get that moving background effect. I struggled a bit with lighting and glare for this project. But I absolutely love room box builds, and I will continue to strive for the perfect build because this one wasn't it. Each mistake was a lesson, and it was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed our trip on Twin Villages Rails, and once again, thank you so much for watching.